Joanne, we're going to be talking with Chicca again today. Last time we lost the recording, so she's been kind enough to get on here and do it with us again. We found Chicca, well, you actually found Chicca and shared her with me. And she offers an online cooking class, cooking club, which we are part of. She's going to come on here and tell us all about her story. I want to know why she started a cooking club, how she got started.
Right. So it'll be fun. Fun to talk to her again, and maybe we'll learn something new. I'm sure.
We'll be cooking pizza. Well, you'll be cooking pizza.
Live.
Yes, you'll be cooking pizza live, and I'll be catching her pizza class later.
The recording. That's so nice about how things are done now. Well, maybe it's always been done this way, but everybody's gotten used to taking classes online and where the recordings are available afterwards. So if you can't make it at the exact time, you can always catch it later. So.
Joanne, do you think back pre-COVID? Sometimes it's hard for me to.
I know.
Sometimes it's hard for me to remember what was already in place before that happened. But do you remember master classes happening before COVID?
Well, not live. They have the online platforms like Master Class or Skillshare, and which
those were just recordings, right?
All recordings. And thinking about lives, though, I don't think so. I didn't have that experience because I didn't even have Zoom until COVID. The pandemic started. I never had used Zoom before that.
Oh, yeah, neither had I.
My first experience is when I went to life coaching school. That's when I first used it.
Same.
I don't remember taking any other online courses like that, though, like live.
I love Zoom. Thank you, Zoom.
I know, really.
We've been able to talk to people all over the world.
Yes.
With Zoom.
Yeah, I think before Zoom, we were trying the Facebook, just with friends, the Facebook.
Oh, yes.
What is it? Live?
Facebook Messenger, but you can meet.
Video.
Meeting.
Video chat.
Yeah. Because and you can Zoom into Facebook.
Right. Yeah. There's lots of ways now. And then even the Facebook, because I don't know if Facebook had a Facebook Live before.
Oh.
I think that's a fairly, when things started to shut down thing.
Oh, really? Well, sometimes I think I'm just late to the party. So things have been happening, but I just didn't know it was happening.
I think they started, to meet that demand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
Well, Joanne, how do you feel after our weekend at WeCare?
I feel good. I didn't really eat dinner. I had some edamame. That was it. And I drank, some of the things that I brought from WeCare. And then this morning, I got up a little late, so I haven't done any of my morning things, the lemon water or anything like that. But yeah, I feel really good. How about you?
I did treat myself to a salad and mousse. It's really just coconut milk and cacao mixed together, fluffed together. You'll whip the coconut so it's fluffy, and then add the cacao. So that was my treat. So I had a salad and some coconut cacao mousse.
Oh, okay.
That was my dinner last night. I gave myself a treat, and I feel fantastic. Still. Oh, look, we have Chicca here. Chicca! Oh my goodness!
Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao. This is our friend Chicca, and we have been taking her cooking classes on Saturdays. We're part of her cooking club that she offers. So Chicca, will you tell us a little bit about your story and how you got started with this?
Yeah, so I am originally, I live in Tuscany, but originally I'm from Naples, and I moved in Tuscany about 20 years ago. Actually, I'm not a trained chef, I'm an architect. And yeah, after my degree in architecture, I traveled by bike all over the world for about 10 years. I went to many places such as Alaska, New Zealand, Ecuador, Zimbabwe, Madagascar, all over Europe. And then when my daughter was born, we decided to move under the Tuscan sun. So we bought, yeah.
I mean, who doesn't want to do that?
Yeah, we bought this house, which was a rundown farmhouse from the end of the 18th century. And it took 3 years to make the renovation. I made a sustainable project. I used all the organic materials. I tried to make also a good recipe for my house, using all organic ingredients.
Oh my goodness, I love that.
Yeah. So while I was working as an architect, I also cooked as a side job for some groups of Americans because I have many friends in the States. And so slowly, this became my main job. And over the last 20 years, I hosted groups of people in my kitchen, and I try to teach them Italian authentic recipes, infuse in them some joy of cooking. And this is what I did until the pandemic hit. Yes, because when the pandemic hit 2 years ago, I had to cancel. I mean, I don't have to cancel, but all my tours were canceled, all my cooking classes. So it was a kind of, wow, what am I doing here now? And thanks to my dear friends in the States, we decided to offer free online cooking classes. But they were really popular. So people were asking for more. And so with my friends, Jedd and Michelle, we thought to make a more structured project. And we gave life to Chicca's Cooking Club. And at the beginning, we were wondering how many members we would have. And I remember the first meeting we had, we will be happy to have 15 members. And so when we started with 75 founding members. They're still joining us. Mm-hmm. And now we have over 200 members. And you guys are part of it.
Wow. Yeah. 200.
Yeah, and we are very happy. We created this food community, and we share, good food. We try it, especially during the pandemic. This was something that everyone was looking forward to because it was a light moment in a very difficult moment for the whole world. So I think cooking is something that helps you to be concentrated on something. So you really need to be focused. It's kind of meditation for me. And so when I'm in the kitchen, I feel like I'm present. I'm doing. So my mind doesn't go crazy everywhere. And I know I'm doing something for others. So it's also an act of love. And that's why I love cooking. Uh-huh. Yeah. So yeah.
I love that.
And we got many emails from our members. So just today, I received these emails on some Valentine's Day. So I thought it was a loving email, and she was really thanking us for the classes, for the recipe she's learning a lot. So for us, it's really important for all of us. Yeah.
Well, you've done such an amazing thing of bringing people together and teaching them a skill, introducing them to a new culture, because it's not just the food that you share the history. And I love how everything's so simple, and so anyone can cook with you. You make it like you do so well at explaining things, and the recipe
Thank
is
you.
so easy. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is the goal, because I think especially American people are stressed when they step into the kitchen because they need to, they think they need to follow a process, and whereas cooking is very creative, and you need to be relaxed. You need to use your instinct, your senses, like you need to taste along the way. You need to see what's happening, and that's really important when you cook. So you know what you're doing. It's not just reading a recipe and repeat the recipe in an automatic way. It's just going into the process of cooking, and this I think gives you also trust in yourself and makes you feel that you want to keep cooking,
Yes.
I don't know if you guys agree.
I
Yes.
totally agree.
I feel that from you, your cooking philosophy. It's fun. It really is a joy to be in the class, and I appreciate like the habits I'm creating for myself, like doing the prep, having I know you do a lot of work in telling us how we need to prepare ahead of time. That takes work for you. Makes it easy for us to, okay, I'm gonna measure everything and then I'll follow along, and you always tell like those kinds of things. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, that's a pleasure to hear this.
It's so much easier, like what you've taught us to start with a clean kitchen and chop everything up, measure everything up. The big things that I love that I've learned from you is to get my water heating up. So I don't have to, I have everything ready now. I turn the heat on and I'm going to wait a couple minutes for it to heat up. No, so I love that. And I love adding the salt to the water. I used to be like, I'm supposed to add salt to the water. So sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. But you're like, salt, like a handful of salt in the water. Oh my gosh, my food tastes so good.
I know. Pasta will never taste the same without salt, I always say in Italy it's illegal to boil pasta into unsalted water because pasta is bland. If water is bland, pasta is bland, So it's important to add a good amount of salt to make the pasta tasty. And it will never be the same if you add salt afterwards, because pasta has already absorbed the water, which is bland. So
so it goes into the noodle when it's cooking.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
How did you meet Jedd and Michelle?
Michelle, yeah, it's an interesting story. They are friends. We have a mutual friend, and I'm part of this organization called Workaway. And I used before the pandemic to host people in my house. It's a volunteer program, so they were providing me 4 or 5 hours of work, and I was providing them food and accommodation. And it's a great program because we hosted, I don't know, maybe 50, 60 people in these past 10 years. And we have so many friends now. There's a friend in Colorado, and I used to run a cooking vacation with her before the pandemic. And now I'm doing this also with Jedd and Michelle. So we have really so many friends, and we are in contact with them, and they become part of the family. Living together, working together really makes you build a special friendship. Yeah.
Wow. I feel like that's what we're doing, just hopping on your Zoom with there's 150 people in, all cooking together. It's fun to see all the faces. Yeah. How do you choose your recipes that you offer?
Yeah, well, most of the recipes are part of my family tradition, and I would say that my style of cooking is based on the Mediterranean diet. So all my recipes are mostly plant-based. And if we have a recipe with meat, it's always an option that you cannot use or not meat. And we always try to make 2 pasta dishes, one handmade and one with the pasta machine, because I think using the pasta machine is very fun. And then there is always a dessert, because you need a dessert in life.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah, we are planning actually the recipes for next season, and I'm not going to spoil them now.
The secret.
I want to say,
Yes.
just want to say, maybe we're gonna make panna cotta. Yeah. So.
Oh,
Yeah.
Joanne, that's
I
one
know
of our favorites.
Yes.
That's one of our favorites.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And so this will be for next season, and before each season, we also offer a free class. This will be on April 2nd. So if everyone wants to participate, everyone is very welcome, because it's a way that people can see how we work, how is the class, and which is the class flow, and get to know us, me, Jedd, Michelle, and my partner Arnaud. And so it's going to be on April the 2nd.
April the 2nd is the free class.
It's the free class.
Yeah. What will they be cooking?
So usually we make a gnocchi class, but I share a very easy recipe for gnocchi, because it's not potato gnocchi, which is the most popular. And it's a very easy recipe also for beginners. So and you can make it anytime. So, but it's fun because we're going to use the gnocchi board. I will teach how to curl the gnocchi with different tools. Even if you don't have the gnocchi board, it will be fine. So it's a very fun class, actually. We always have so much fun. Oh. And last January in 2021, we had over 600 people register for this class. Yeah, it was like, yeah.
Oh my goodness. So they need to sign up quick.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
because the whole world was in lockdown. It looks like everyone want to make gnocchi. And we were featured on The Guardian, because this was a kind of this article was speaking about the women that were reinventing themselves during the pandemic, because usually women are the most affected during a hard period, in history. So I was one of them that had the idea of find a new solution for my job.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah, you really had to pivot quite a bit, huh?
Got
it together quickly.
Yeah, but it was fun, because at the beginning, the first time I was speaking, because my husband usually takes the video with an iPhone, so I don't really see who's following the class, who's joining the class. So the very first times I was thinking, am I speaking to an iPhone? Am I crazy? I feel like I was alone, in my kitchen. But then I know that there are a lot of people out there, that are listening to me, because they drive me back. So, and having also Jedd and Michelle moderating, I know what's happening in their kitchen. And they always bring up someone and see what's happening. We try to troubleshoot, if there is a problem, help people really to have a great experience in their kitchen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They are very helpful. Your husband is recording it with his iPhone?
Yeah.
Wow. That is so impressive.
Yeah. But we have we also have another big computer. So when we do Q&A, I can see people, I can talk to people. So there is my kitchen now is like a Hollywood set, like lots of lights everywhere. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Nowadays are amazing.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Yeah, but I would never thought to do something like this, because I'm pretty shy, I don't like to be
oh really
camera. So
well, you do so well.
Yeah, so natural.
It.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So anyway.
Well, we've cooked the gnocchi with you, and That was so much fun. So much fun. No,
Yeah.
one of my favorites. So when I saw the recipe and I'm like, there's no potatoes. It's
I know.
strange.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, they were delicious and it was so easy to do and so much fun. You suggested that we start playing around with making the different designs on the gnocchi. So I'm just like looking through my drawers thinking, what kind of design can I make?
Yeah, I know.
It was so much
Yeah.
fun. So much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the aim. That's the goal, having a light moment and producing something good to eat. Yeah.
You encourage us to like be thinking about it. Like I feel like I can get curious about spices now, like the flavors and even the shapes, like with the sandwiches that we made with you. I pulled out cookie cutters and I was like making shapes with cookie cutters. So I made little hearts.
This is great. Yeah, this is a great idea. Yeah, I loved it. Yeah.
So much fun.
Yeah.
Because I don't eat a lot of peas, I did really like that gnocchi recipe because I'm like, oh, it really tastes good with this. The peas. I love the potato and broccoli. That was really good. Yeah. The sandwich, everything. And I'm excited for pizza coming up.
Yes,
Yeah.
Joanne and I wanted to make pizza when we were in Italy last time and we didn't make it. So this is like, yay, like we get to make pizza. Although I won't be making pizza with you this week. I will be missing, but I'll catch it on the replay. So that's a good thing too, is if you do miss class, you get the replay.
Yeah. This is something that many people give a lot of value because when you have a membership, you have 6 classes with your membership. But if you miss a class, you can always watch the replay on demand. We always say it's like Netflix, but more tasty. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, my cat is attacking me. Hey, Aldo, go on.
Your cat
wants your attention.
Do you want to see my cat?
Yes.
We usually see your dog in the class.
Yeah, that's my cat.
Kitty.
Oh, so cute.
Yeah, he's attacking me. So.
Well, Chicca, Joanne and I are coming to Italy in less than, oh my gosh, how many days is it, Joanne? Do you see your counter?
My counter says 24 days.
24 days. We'll be in Florence for 2 months.
Really? In 24 days?
24 days.
Oh,
So,
less than a month.
Yes.
So we're coming there to practice our Italian. You've been one of our Italian lessons in preparing to become Italian. So we're going to be living there for a couple of months, but do you have any suggestions as far as cooking? Like, where are we going to shop to get our food? What do you want to do?
Open market?
Yeah, in Florence, there are beautiful markets. And one is in Sant'Ambrogio, but you can find everything, online, and San Lorenzo. Yeah, you won't miss anything, I'm sure, because Florence is full of good food and good markets where you can buy your food. And you have to come to visit me, please.
Yes.
We're thinking about getting brave and maybe renting a car. So
yeah, it's all right. Yeah, it's not that difficult. Yeah.
Okay.
We are about 1 hour and 30 minutes from Florence. Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
By car.
It's a date. We'll have to figure
that out.
Not
as far. Yeah.
So do you think we can we just walk out the door and we'll find a market, or how do we know where the markets are?
You should look for a map, maybe find a map, and then I think you can find everything on there. Yeah.
Okay.
But also online, I can also tell you, write you an email with some suggestions if you guys want. Yeah.
That would be so. Yes, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. And don't forget about the wine. It's not only food, you have to drink a lot of wine. Because Tuscany, especially Tuscany, is famous for wine. And where we live, it's a very famous region for wine. We live in Bolgheri, and the wine here is made in a French style. They say it's a French corner of Tuscany because they use French grapes. And some of the wines are Sassicaia and Ornellaia. If you Google them, they are the most famous wine in the world. They were named, Sassicaia was named in 2018 the best wine in the world, and then Ornellaia. So, but a bottle is pretty expensive, but you can find good wines at a more reasonable price. But this is the region where we live, so it's a very, very, very important wine region. Yeah.
Oh, can you tell?
We need to jot that down.
Yeah.
I'm going to write it down.
Sassicaia and Ornellaia. I can put it in the chat if you want.
Oh,
yes.
yes. Yeah.
Yes. So, yeah. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I want to do a little tour of, I want to visit a local winery too. Like just a small winery and get to know, like, I want to see the process of that,
Well, we live on the wine road actually. So the La Strada del Vino, yeah, this is where we live. So we are surrounded by vineyards. And to see how the wine is made, the harvest, this happens in late August, beginning of September. But if you take a tour, and I used to do food and wine tours in wineries, etc. I'm used to, and they can explain to you all the process. It's very nice because you can walk in the vineyards. They explain to you all the different varieties of grapes, and then we visit the wine cellar, what happens in each room, the aging process, and then finally the tasting. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Do you ever just wake up in the morning and say, who am I? That you're living under the Tuscan sun, on the wine road, surrounded by beauty. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but life is life. Life is life, and doesn't matter where you live. Life is life. Yeah, but we are very blessed to live in this beautiful place. Yeah. We also have a small olive groves, and we make our own olive oil. I don't know if I told you that. Yeah.
Yes, that's amazing too. I was telling a friend of mine about this cooking class that I was taking, and like she makes the olive oil that she uses in the recipe.
I know, but here it's pretty normal, almost each family has a little piece of land when they have where they have trees, olive trees, and they make the olive oil. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you do it yourself, or you have people, you hire some people?
But no, we usually have people helping. Before the pandemic, we usually have these workaways. But now I have a person that I hire, and but we just make the harvest together, and then we bring all the olives to the olive mill, and then they press and they put the oil in extra virgin olive oil in our big tank. Yeah.
Wow.
When does that harvesting start?
In the beginning of October. Usually that's the time when we do the harvest. Yeah.
And then, so that's how do you, can you explain the extra virgin olive oil and then how the process goes?
Yeah, extra virgin olive oil is, these words are really important because this means that the oil comes from the first cold press. So it means that once you have picked the olives, you have to quickly go to the mill because the sooner the better, the quality of the oil. And then they press the oil at a low temperature. So it means they don't have any heat to get the fat out, the oil out from the paste of the olives. And when you get the extra virgin olive oil, you have lots of polyphenols, vitamin E, all the anti-radicals. And that's why extra virgin olive oil is good for cooking, because the smoking temperature is pretty high and it doesn't get, all the chemical compounds don't change. And so it's still healthy when you reach high temperature. I use olive oil also for frying, because some other oils, they change and they produce the free radicals, which are not good for your health.
Oh, I did not know that. So good to know.
Yeah. So, and then when you buy olive oil, it's very different from extra virgin, because olive oil is made from the first press. They reuse the first press and they are solvent and they heat the temperature. So it's a very refined oil, very different from extra virgin. And it's good to know where the olives come from, because sometimes, even if you buy a bottle when you say extra virgin olive oil made in Italy, it means maybe that the process is made in Italy, but the olives can come from any other countries from the Mediterranean area. So you should try to find an IGP, which is a label that indicates the origin of the olives. So that everything is made in that place with the olives coming from that place. It's IGP. It's a label.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay.
So I pay attention when I buy food. I always read the labels, and I pay attention always from where the food comes from, because I want to know what I'm eating. I think what we put in our body makes us feeling good or bad. So I really want to know what I'm eating and try to choose the best. I don't want to buy a food that travels for hundreds of kilometers, and it doesn't make sense to me.
Right. Well, and you use a lot of stuff like what we have been doing in our classes, or those things are from your garden, right?
Yeah. We have a garden, and now we have winter vegetables, but in summer we have lots of eggplants, tomatoes, zucchini, squash, greens, and for me it's a luxury. When I go out, I take some stuff and I cook the food that I grow. It's incredible. Yeah, I always feel that I'm grateful for this. Yeah.
It's just so amazing that you've created this amazing life for yourself, healthy and doing what you love. I love that so much.
Thank you.
With the world, it's just magic.
Yeah, but it's magic, but it's a lot of also work and commitment, because things doesn't happen if you don't put energy and if you don't put lots of commitment and work. It's this is important. It's not just like something falls from the sky.
Well, I think like comparing your job before as an architect versus what you're doing now, is there one, like, would you go back to being an architect?
No.
Yeah.
I remember when I first met Arnaud, I was still my partner. I was still working as an architect, and I had the call, from a client, and he wanted to know if I could do something for them. And when we went out from the meeting, I told her, no, I hope they don't call me back anymore. He was shocked. Wow, that's job. And I said, I prefer gnocchi to architecture. And he still makes fun of this.
Well, see, so even though it's work, it's like it's where your heart is. So that it feels good. It feels good.
Yeah, because I love architecture, but I don't love be responsible of this construction. There is a lot of bureaucracy in Italy, lots of laws. Sometimes there are lots of money involved, so you're responsible for other people's money. And I want to make people feel happy. So if
Yeah.
they're not happy, I feel bad. Yeah, I'm a carer for nature, you know. So
Yeah.
architecture, it was too much pressure for me, I think. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
this is the perfect, the perfect life for you. And you do it as long as it's, fulfilling you and making you happy, which it seems like
Yeah.
it might be for a long time. 'Cause,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
aw.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, because when we think of in America, like a vacation in Italy sounds amazing. What would be a vacation for you? What is your dream vacation?
Ah, that's fun
You're
because
already where
uh,
everybody wants to go.
I know. You know, before we used to travel a lot, but now we are happy here. You know, we don't really need to go. I have already so many places, and we feel that here we can find everything. But it's this is fun because I asked my daughter if she wanted to go on a cooking vacation with me because I love cooking, you know. And she told me, "Mom, you're crazy because that's your job." And you want to go cooking on a vacation, and that's not a vacation. Yeah, but I love it, you know. So yeah, maybe a cooking vacation somewhere else where I
Oh,
can learn something. Yeah,
That's how you
I
know.
I,
That's how you know you're
yeah.
doing what you love. You want to do it on vacation
yeah
too.
yeah
That
yeah.
sounds amazing.
So
I think that would be a great vacation too, different parts of the world and learning
yeah
different foods and how they eat. Yeah.
yeah, I love learning. You know, I love learning. So it's if I have to take a vacation, I need to do something, or I would like on a biking trip again.
Mhm.
Maybe not camping every night, but something more easy. And yeah,
Is there a recipe you haven't tried that you would like to try?
uh, yeah, maybe some. There are lots of desserts that I haven't tried yet. So, like also some French patisserie.
Oh,
Yeah, so I would love to do that.
oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, I love desserts too.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, Kika,
Mm.
well, thank you so much, for joining us again after that little
You're
snafu.
welcome.
But before we go, since today when we're recording, it's Valentine's Day. So
Yeah.
what kinds of things do people do in Italy to celebrate? Or is it a big thing?
But personally, I don't put the volume very high on this holiday or yeah celebration because I think love is every day. You know, you have to show
Yes.
love every day. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
sounds very commercial to me. All these chocolate, all these boxes that you have to buy. So yeah, so yeah, but yes, people are just giving flowers, or you can see lots of chocolate boxes in the supermarkets, and it's it. Yeah,
Yeah. It's
so, yeah,
similar to here too, but you're right. Love is every day. Every day.
Yes,
yeah, should be every day. Yeah,
yes,
you are in love every day, not one day in a year. You know, so
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah. And love is not only like a romantic love. It's more showing up for the people you care, your family, your friends, you know, like so many formal loves, you know, your pets. Yeah.
Right.
So
And
yeah.
taking care of yourself, which I think you've done an amazing job listening to your heart, and you've just
Yeah.
created that for yourself. You're living it. So,
Yeah. Sometimes I, you know, it's hard to believe this. You know, it's like, because this is my daily life. So I don't feel that it's that amazing. Yeah. 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 And so it's just because it's every day, you know, so
Yes,
it's fun.
yes.
Yeah.
So if people want to sign up for your
Yeah.
cooking class, how do they do that?
They can look up on my website, and for online classes, they can look up for online classes on the page, or in-person classes. There is also another page for in-person classes. Yeah.
Okay, and then your cooking club, the next time you can sign up for the cooking club, when does that start?
So now we have another 3 classes, but people can always buy a la carte the upcoming classes. And for next season, they can join the free class, of course. And then after the free class, we have a couple of days when we open the registration.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
After.
After the free class. Yeah.
All right. So they can just pop into a class now if they want.
Same to try. Yeah.
A la carte.
Check
Yeah.
it out. Or, the free cooking class that's April 2nd, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Now for the 3 upcoming classes, we have torta di pizza di scarole. We're going to make this vegetarian pizza. Then we have a tortellini in brodo, which is great recipe, and an almond chocolate tart cake, an almond chocolate cake. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I think one of those classes we will be in Italy. Won't we, Joanne?
See?
I think
Yeah,
so, right?
because we get to Italy March 11th. So
Yeah.
So we'll be same time. We'll be same time as you.
Yeah, good. It would be fun. Yeah.
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 Well, thank you, Chicca. Thank you for doing this again with us. It's such a pleasure to meet you over Zoom, and I cannot wait to meet you in real life.
Yeah, I can't believe it. 24 days.
Yeah. We'll plan something.
Yeah. Please. Yeah.
Yes. Well, enjoy this day of love. And
yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So
you guys too.
Thank you.
Thanks.
It was a pleasure. All right.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Ciao. Ciao.
Ciao.